Israel says its soldiers carried out a limited raid inside Gaza overnight. To find out more about where hostages are being held by Hamas, the Israeli airstrikes on Gaza continue as well, as reports say a third aid convoy has entered the besieged Palestinian enclave. Redmond Shannon is tracking these latest developments, and he joins us now from London. Redmond, we appreciate this. So let's get into, first of all, the raids by Israeli troops to find out more about the hostages. Did that yield anything? What is the update on the actual hostages themselves?
Good morning, Anthony. Well, the Israeli Defense Forces say that this was there were two main reasons for this second raid inside Gaza in the space of 2 days, and that is to prepare for the ground invasion if and when that happens. It appears as though it will happen soon, according to Israel's defense minister. But secondly, of course, they said they are obtaining intelligence to find out where the hostages are being held. Now, the latest number from Israel is 222. That again revised upwards, despite the release of 2 hostages in the past few days. The current number is now 222. Israel's raid on Sunday, the first of 2 in the space of 2 days, did have 1 casualty on the Israeli side, 1 member of the Israeli Defense Forces killed, according to Israel. But as I said, the Defense Minister of Israel also spoke today saying that he expects the ground invasion to happen soon, but this operation could last 1, 2, or 3 months. So very much keeping it open as to how long this will last. As from the side of the authorities in Gaza, the Palestinian Health Ministry has now said that the number of people killed by Israeli airstrikes since October 7th has now gone above 5,000 people.
So, meanwhile, of course, the humanitarian crisis is unfolding in Gaza and at the border. So talk about that. What is the latest? Because dozens of trucks went into there, which were obviously over the weekend in terms of some developments. But talk about where things stand on that front.
Yeah, we're hearing reports, although yet to be confirmed, that about a couple of hours ago that a third convoy in 3 days has gone through the Rafah crossing from Egypt into Gaza. Now, there are 20 trucks went in on Saturday, 14 yesterday. We don't know how many are due to go in today, but the UN says it is a drop in the ocean, that hundreds are needed every day, and that fuel is needed too. Now, the fuel is one of those commodities that Israel doesn't want brought in and says it will aid and help Hamas in its attacks against Israel. But humanitarian organizations say fuel is needed to power generators, to make food, to fuel the generators needed for hospitals and for humanitarian transportation within Gaza. So that remains a very difficult situation. The Red Cross says the situation within Gaza from a humanitarian perspective is catastrophic.
In terms of the Canadians who were there or perhaps are there in Israel trying to get out, what is the latest on the evacuation? Hundreds have left over recent days. Do we have an update on that?
Yeah, the number we have is about 1,600 Canadians, Canadian permanent residents, and some other foreign nationals were brought out on Royal Canadian Air Force Polaris jets over the past number of days. 17 flights in total as of Saturday across 9 days. One of the Polaris jets is currently on the ground at Ben Gurion Airport in Israel, landed a short time ago. And it's believed that today, according to Foreign Minister Melanie Joly, that today will be the last day of those evacuation flights, simply because she says there is a reduced demand now, that everybody who wanted to get out, that Canada can take out, has now left, and that either this flight or perhaps one more flight later today will be the last for the time being of the Canadian evacuation flights.
And forgive me if you don't know the answer to this, but in terms of the evacuation for Palestinian from the Palestinian territory for Canadians, do we have any situation update on that?
Well, 33 people were evacuated from the West Bank in Canadian evacuation flights. Obviously, nobody taken out from Gaza because Gaza is pretty much closed to anybody getting in or out. But 33 people from the West Bank were on those flights on Canadian Polaris jets.
Okay, we appreciate the update. Thank you so much, Redmond. And that is Redmond Shannon joining us from London this hour. Thank you again.